Hello! Welcome to Wonder School Storytime. Today we are going to be doing our fairy tale of the month, which is, do you remember? It's the Gingerbread Man. So I'm going to tell the story of the Gingerbread Man the traditional way. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man, and they lived in a house at the edge of the forest. One day, the little old woman mixed the flour, eggs, butter, and spices together in a big bowl. She rolled out the dough and cut out a gingerbread man. She put raisins for his eyes, a currant for his nose, chocolate chips for his mouth, and icing on his head for his hair. Then she put him in the oven, and when it smelled good, she opened the door to take a peek. And out jumped the gingerbread man! Stop, gingerbread man, said the little old lady. I want to eat you. No, said the gingerbread man. I can run away from you. You guys ready to say the chant that he says? Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ran until he got outside, where he saw the little old man. Stop, gingerbread man, I want to eat you, said the little old man. And the gingerbread man said, no, I ran away from the little old woman, and I can run away from you too. Ready? Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ran until he came to a pigsty. And the pig said, stop, gingerbread man, I want to eat you. But the gingerbread man said, no, I ran away from the little old woman and the little old man, and I can run away from you too. Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ran until he came to a house, and in front of the house was look at that, a dog. We've been putting up with all kinds of dogs all kinds of animals to replace our dog, but I finally got a dog just for you guys, just for today. We've been using a sheep. Do you guys remember? Yeah. I made a dog for you. And the dog said, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Gingerbread man, I want to eat you. But the gingerbread man said, no, I ran away from the little old woman and the little old man and the pig, and I can run away from you too. Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Do you guys remember what animal is next? He ran until he came to a field of cows. And the cows said, moo, stop, gingerbread man, we want to eat you. But the gingerbread man said, no, I ran away from the little old lady and the little old man. I ran away from the pig, a dog, and I can run away from you too. Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ran until he came to a river, and next to the river was a fox. And the fox said, run all you want. I'm not going to chase you, but I would like to ask you a question. How are you going to get across that river without getting wet? I mean, if you get wet, you'll get soggy, right? The gingerbread man didn't say anything, but he looked very thoughtful. Then the fox said, I have an idea. I'm going to swim across the river right now. If you want, you can hitch a ride on my tail. The gingerbread man said, okay, and he grabbed the fox's tail. The fox started to wade into the water. After a few steps, the fox said, oh, gingerbread man, the water is getting deep. I'm afraid you might get wet. Why don't you climb onto my, what's next? Back. The gingerbread man looked and said, gee, the water is getting deep. And he climbed onto the fox's back. After a few more steps, the fox said, oh, gingerbread man, the water is getting even deeper. I'm afraid you might get wet. Why don't you climb onto my, what does he say next? My neck. The gingerbread man looked and said, gee, the water is getting deep. And he climbed up onto the fox's neck. After a few more steps, the fox said, oh, gingerbread man, the water is getting even deeper. I'm afraid you might get wet. Why don't you climb onto my head? The gingerbread man looked and said, gee, the water is getting deep. And he climbed up onto the fox's head. And after a few more steps, the fox said, oh, gingerbread man, the water is getting even deeper. I'm afraid you might get wet. Why don't you climb onto my nose? The gingerbread man looked and said, gee, the water is getting deep. And he climbed up onto the fox's nose. And the fox went slurp. And that was the end of the gingerbread man. The end. Okay, so now we're going to get into our different versions of the Gingerbread Man story. And we even have one by our author of the month, Jan Brett. And last week at Wonder School, we read Gingerbread Baby. And he goes on another adventure, Gingerbread Baby does, at Christmas. So we're going to read that story today. We also have this one. We read something like this in class, the Gingerbread Loose, and he was loose at Christmas time, and now he's going to be Gingerbread Man loose on the fire truck. And we also have another Christmas story called Tough Cookie, and I really like this one a lot. So let's see which one your favorite is today. Gingerbread Christmas by Jan Brett. Everyone in the village is talking about the Christmas festival, Maddie told the gingerbread baby. I can sing in my gingerbread band, the gingerbread baby sang out. Maddie laughed, but you don't have a band. Then Maddie had an idea. Gingerbread baby, practice your best song. I think I can help. And he hurried off to fetch the old cookbook. In no time, Maddie had mixed the ingredients, rolled out the dough, and popped the gingerbread into the oven. Bake a full 8 minutes, the cookbook read. Do not peek. Tick, tock, tick. 6 minutes went by. Maddie peeked. Out of the oven came musical instruments, all made of gingerbread. They danced onto the table, playing as they went. The instruments clamored to perform then and there, but Maddie toned them down. "First, you need some frosting," Maddie said. "Then we'll be off to the village." The gingerbread baby was first in line, practicing his singing as he went. Do, re, mi. Then came the gingerbread band, a violin, a cello, a double bass, French horn, clarinet, and trumpet, tooting and zumming to the beat of the big bass drum. They bounced along, playing a march, with the gingerbread baby leading the way. Down in the village, the gingerbread baby and all the gingerbread instruments strutted on stage and began to play. The villagers appeared from up the street, down the street, and out their doors. Wild animals peered through the trees. "Look at those instruments playing a tune," a boy sang out. "And a snappy one at that," a girl said, tapping her foot. The gingerbread band played so sweetly that everyone just had to dance. The gingerbread baby saw the animals inch closer. "Aha," he thought, "I have just the music for them," and he struck up the wild animals' waltz. The instruments played faster and faster. No one was left standing still. In the middle of the festivities, little Anne Sophie stepped in closer. "I think those instruments are really cookies," she announced, "and I so want one." Everyone stared at the stage, thinking, "I want a piece of gingerbread for myself." Uh-oh. To distract them, the gingerbread baby began singing a beautiful song. "Stars twinkle, twinkle in the night, silver trees and snow delight. Hand in hand we twirl around, twirling to the magical sound." The villagers were spellbound. Nobody noticed the instruments behind him, quietly leaving the stage. They're sneaking away. Backstage, Maddie knew that the jig was up. He made a plan to hide the gingerbread band. While the gingerbread baby was singing, he scooped up the snow and did a little magic where no one could see. "Oh, I wonder where the gingerbread band went." Do you guys know where the gingerbread band went? All I see here are very interesting snowmen. When the gingerbread baby saw that the gingerbread instruments were safe, he changed his tune. "I am the gingerbread baby. Just try to catch me. Look all around, but you'll never guess where I'll be." And he did a backflip off the stage where Maddie was waiting. Oh, look at these cute little snowmen waiting with Maddie. The gingerbread baby zigged and zagged. "Catch him!" a boy yelled. "We want that rascally baby," a girl called out. He was headed toward the big Christmas tree when he disappeared. The villagers looked and looked, but the gingerbread baby had vanished into thin air, and the gingerbread instruments were nowhere to be seen. "Oh, we'll never forget the sweet sounds of the gingerbread band," the villagers consoled themselves. Maddie waved goodbye. Not far away, the gingerbread baby was hiding. It was the hardest thing he ever had to do. The gingerbread baby was thinking, I must be absolutely quiet. I must be perfectly still. Oh. Can you see where the gingerbread baby is? And if Aunt Sophie heard a tiny voice singing after everyone had gone, she never told anyone. The Gingerbread Man, Loose on the Fire Truck by Laura Murray, illustrated by Mike Lowry. On a bright Monday morning, my teacher breezed in. Let's all make a circle. It's time to begin. She winked and then whispered, Our field trips today. The classroom erupted with shouts of hooray! We're riding the bus to the big fire station to meet firefighters and spot their Dalmatian. Sophia leaned down and said, You're coming too. You're our gingerbread man. We wouldn't leave you. Just jump in my backpack and I'll give you a ride. There's a pocket for you over here on the side. The pocket was cozy. I peeked from the top. The bus drove for miles, then came to a stop. In front of a building with shiny red doors stood 2 firefighters from Company 4. One had on gear for a quick demonstration, and standing beside him was Spot the Dalmatian. Let's see, we have goggles, helmet, axe, gloves, boots, oxygen tank, flashlight, and Spot. I was jostled and jiggled as the kids moved about. Then I fell from the pocket, right on the dog's snout. Oh, you guys remember what about the fox, right? And the gingerbread man on his nose? Oh man. Spot sniffed at my face, taking one sticky lick. Yuck! Slurp? I needed a trick to get out of there quick. He tossed me up high with his mouth open wide, but I flipped toward his tail and slid down like a slide. Whee! He got out of that one. Whew! My feet hit the ground. I took off for the station, but right on my heels was that hungry Dalmatian. I'll run and I'll dodge as fast as I can. I'm not a dog bone. I'm the gingerbread man. He has a different chant this time, doesn't he? The class didn't notice. They tried on black boots and helmets and air tanks and big heavy suits. Oh no, what's going on in the background? Nobody's watching the gingerbread man. I dashed to the fire truck, jumped in a seat. Whew! I was almost a sweet doggy treat. Oh, Spot, it has question marks above his head, and he's like, where did the gingerbread man go? I hopped on the steering wheel, gave it a spin, and yelled out, "Honk, honk," with a big cookie grin. The wheel spun past gauges and switches and knobs and all kinds of buttons that do different jobs. I'll vroom and I'll zoom as fast as I can. I'll steer this big truck. I'm the Gingerbread Man. There he is. Then I heard someone whistle. Spot trotted away. So I jumped through the window without a delay. I landed on top of a big silver bowl. Oh no! I cried out as I leapt for a pole. I shimmied right up and I sprang from the top, then jumped on a bed with a big belly flop. There were several more bunks with their covers pulled tight for each firefighter who stayed through the night. I bounced on each bed on my way to the door, then into a room with a bright checkered floor. I peeked round the corner and smelled something yummy. A grumbling sound rumbled up from my tummy. Sniff, sniff, rumble. I spotted a fireman filling up bowls with 5-alarm chili and buttery rolls. Then all of a sudden I heard a loud noise. Woo! Fire! One shouted. No lunch for us, boys. They rushed to the bunk room and slid down the pole. I followed behind them, then peered down the hole. Spot wasn't there, a sure sign of good luck. So I slipped down the pole and then jumped on the truck. I'll ride to the rescue as fast as I can. I want to help too. I'm the Gingerbread Man. Whee! Went the sirens. The lights flashed around as I zoomed past my classmates below on the ground. He's getting a ride. We sped through the streets as I clung to the back, near ladders and hoses piled up in a stack. The engine pulled up, firefighters jumped out, they rushed to the hydrant and opened the spout. I spied a large house with a shed near the back. Smoke rose from its window, all sooty and black. Oh no, the shed is on fire. I'll put out that fire as fast as I can. I know I can help. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I grabbed the hose nozzle and I gave it a pull. But that hose whipped and bucked like a rodeo bull. Oh no! The water whooshed out and it doused the old shed, and the powerful spray shot the hat off my head. Oh no! The chief ran up quickly and dove on the hose. She crawled her way up till we came nose to nose. Look, everyone, it's a gingerbread man. Now, where did you come from? Said Fire Chief Ann. I came with the children to visit the station, but I almost got eaten by Spot the Dalmatian. I had to escape from that hungry crumb snatcher, so I jumped on the truck when I heard your dispatcher. Oh, good thinking, smart cookie. We're glad you hopped on. You wrestled that hose till the fire was gone. We packed up the truck and drove back to the station. We pulled in the drive to a standing ovation. Clap, 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 clap. Your gingerbread guy was a brave little man. He doused every flame, announced Fire Chief Ann. The children applauded and yelled out, "Yay!" They held me up high, yelling, "You saved the day!" You're really a hero. You're part of our crew. But you're missing your hat, So we have one for you. A shiny red helmet from Company 4. There are more for your classmates stacked up by the door. I tried on my helmet and shouted, "Woohoo! I'm a gingerbread man and a fireman too!" Tough Cookie, A Christmas Story by Edward Hemingway. Once upon a time, while Fox was visiting Christmastown in the land of holiday treats, Christmastown Bakery, Sugar Street, Spice Avenue. A little cookie, still warm from the bakery oven, burst out the front door and shouted, "I'm a sweet cookie!" "Well, hello to you too. And since you brought it up, you do look sweet." "Of course I'm sweet and fast. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Sugar Cookie Man." He's got a little bit of a different chant, doesn't he? He's a sugar cookie. Fox never could resist a challenge, so he gave chase, shouting back, "You look very sweet, sweet enough to eat." "Ha ha, just try to eat me. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Sugar Cookie. Hey! Fox was pretty fast, and he loved sweets. Crunch. Oh, well, I guess the book's over then. The fox ate the Sugar Cookie Man. We could just end right here, right? We'll turn the page, okay? How about that? But the cookie wasn't sweet at all, and Fox spit him right out. "Bleh! You taste awful." "What? How dare you? I'm a sugar cookie. I taste wonderful." You'll notice that he just has bite marks. He wasn't even able to take a bite of the sugar cookie. You know, sorry to break it to you, my little friend, but you taste terrible. Plus, I think I just broke my tooth. You are one tough cookie. But I'm sweet. No, you're not. But if I'm not a sweet cookie, then what am I? A slowpoke who tastes terrible? What do I do now? Boo-hoo! There, don't cry. Maybe you just need some sweetening up. You think so? It's worth a try. So after a quick trip to the dentist to get his tooth fixed, Fox took Cookie to the Christmastown Spa. Sweet massage. Elves open, where the elves dipped him in delicious eggnog, sprinkled him with powdered sugar, and sang him sugary sweet Christmas carols. Fa la la la. Fox gave him a lick, but Cookie still tasted terrible. You said you were a slowpoke. Maybe we should work on your running instead? So Fox signed up Cookie for the Sweet Treat Christmas race that very afternoon, and they headed for the park that says, "Race today." But Cookie's stubby legs and lack of experience made it impossible for him to keep up with the more seasoned runners. And as hard as he tried, he came in last place. "Run, run as fast as you can, Cookie." There's Fox cheering him on. And there's all these sweet treats all ahead of him. Cookie was exhausted, but he didn't feel so tough. Was he cut out for anything? Fox thought so. Every treat in Christmastown should be able to build itself a proper gingerbread house. You can too. I'll help. Okay. So they found a nice little spot in the gated community of Cookie Cutter and got to work building and decorating. There they are, building a house. But when they were finished and Cookie went inside his beautiful new home, crash! It didn't exactly hold up. Uh-oh. And that's when Cookie crumbled. "I'm not sweet. I'm not fast. I can't even make a gingerbread house. Everything I do is half-baked." "Don't give up, my little Cookie. We'll figure this out. You've just got to hang in there." "Why not hang with us? We've been looking forward to meeting you all day." "Huh? Oh, who are these guys that are waiting?" "What do you say? It makes perfect sense, seeing as we're Christmas tree ornaments. And you are too." "I am? Of course you are, silly. You're not like other cookies. You're special, baked with glue and lots of salt, with a little hole in your head for a ribbon. So that's what that's for. I should have guessed." Cookie finally knew what he was made of, and he couldn't have been happier. He's an ornament, guys. That afternoon, he hung with care from a branch on the biggest Christmas tree in the center of the park, with the sweetest view in town. Overjoyed, Cookie shouted for all the world to hear, "Look, look, look at me! You can't reach me! I'm an ornament on a tree!" "Make some room up there for me, Cookie." Fox could never resist a challenge. The end. And this says, "Cook up your own tough cookies. Tough cookie recipe." And tough cookie ornament recipe. Weren't those different versions of the Gingerbread Man so fun? I wonder which one you like the most. So, and I also wonder, do you think that you're ready to be able to tell this story, the traditional story, to your one of your siblings, one of your brothers or sisters if you have them, or your parents? And I know that you got a little book. You could read the book, or you might be able to expand on the book and tell the whole story now. And I bet you remember the chant too, because we've said it so much in class. So why don't you try doing that today? And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.